My cousin Liang Yi got dumped by his girlfriend and asked his friend from abroad, Huo Kibai, for help. Huo Kibai looked at a family photo and mistook me for my cousin's girlfriend, then spent a lot of money to buy my WeChat, trying to mediate things. I saw he was good looking, so I casually said, come hang out with me for a few days, and he actually agreed. Little did I know, he was all confused, thinking I was my cousin's girlfriend. He tried to suppress his feelings while keeping up a flirty and awkward charade with me. It wasn't until he rushed to beat up my cousin in the middle of the night, crying and telling me how sorry he was that I screamed, I'm his sister. Liang Yi got dumped again. He begged his friend from abroad to help him out. The friend was so annoyed that he mocked him. You might as well go kneel downstairs at her place. Liang Yi's eyes lit up. Great idea. When you get back to China, we can kneel together. She'll definitely see my sincerity. Huo Kibai finally realized the seriousness of the situation. He asked, what kind of goddess is worth you acting like a dog for? Liang Yi sent a family photo proudly, saying, the one who's so beautiful you can't take your eyes off her is her. His friend stared at my face for a long time. His Adam's apple bobbed. Indeed. Liang Yi caught a hint of something being off. He quickly took the photo down. I warn you, don't mess with your friend's wife. Huo Kibai scoffed. He was sharp. Having just finished a shower, he lazily wiped his still wet hair with a towel. He sent a voice message, don't worry, I'm not interested. As for you, I'll talk when I get back, don't do anything embarrassing in the meantime. Huo Kibai couldn't shake off the thought of this idiot. After all these years abroad, the only friend he still stayed in touch with was Liang Yi. The woman was indeed beautiful. But still, his friend was more important. He couldn't let anyone play with his feelings. Liang Yi assured him, we're brothers for life. I'll hold off for now and wait for you to come back. With that, Huo Kibai went back to sleep peacefully. At 3 a.m., he was woken up by a chain of message alerts. Liang Yi, she's going on a blind date. How can she go on a blind date? She really doesn't want me anymore. Boo-hoo, is it too late for me to kneel downstairs at her place now? Yes, I'll go beg her to come back. Huo Kibai, already irritated from being woken up, felt like he was about to faint. He couldn't take it anymore. Huo Kibai pulled up his laptop. He remembered Liang Yi had mentioned that the woman was a graduate of a university. He quickly entered the A University forum and easily found posts about me. Song Ning. So the woman who had been playing with Liang Yi was named Song Ning. They even voted for the top 10 campus beauties, which was honestly a little ridiculous. But he honestly read every comment. An hour later, he found my roommate's forum ID. He paid a lot of money for my contact details. At the same time, I got a message from my roommate. Ning Ning, someone bought your WeChat. I gave him your backup account. Same deal, I'll split it with you. Okay, soon. I had a new friend request on my backup account. White. I'm Liang Yi's friend. Can we talk? I was a little curious. I added him, and he sent me several screenshots of chats with Liang Yi. White. As shown above, he doesn't want to break up. Please reconsider. Liang Yi not wanting to break up had nothing to do with me. He had already contacted my roommate, so he could just talk to her. After all, she was Liang Yi's ex-girlfriend. Was it really necessary to go through such a big roundabout way? After looking at the chat history, I suddenly understood. Liang Yi was panicking, even suspicious that he was trying to steal his own corner. He hadn't even cut ties with me, yet he actively tried to avoid suspicion, asking me to play mediator to get my roommate to reconcile with Liang Yi. What a saint. When did Liang Yi have such a loyal friend? I checked his moments and found only a few scenic photos from abroad. Could this be the super handsome friend Liang Yi had talked about? Huo Kibai? He even mocked my taste in men. Guys like him. You actually like? If you saw my friend, you'd probably drool. I had to see how handsome he was. I sent a video call. The moment it connected, my heartbeat skipped a beat. He looked like he had just woken up, his messy hair falling across his forehead. His face and bone structure were both extraordinarily good. His fair skin was flawless. At that moment, his long lashes lifted slightly, his face expressionless. Is there something? Even his voice was like it had been kissed by an angel. Oh my god. What a gem. I immediately hung up the video call. White. I'll consider it, but there's one condition. White. Say it. You'll hang out with me for a few days. Huo Kibai didn't agree, and he even deleted me. Not unexpected. I rubbed my nose in frustration. Haha. That was just a little teasing. How could I be that kind of lust-driven person? This was getting ridiculous. Sure enough, no matter how close the relationship was, no one could do that for a friend. Being a severe beauty addict ruined my life. I switched to my main account. Liang Yi, who I had set to do not disturb, was still bombarding me with messages. Liang Yi, good sis, please, get Ranran to add me back. Please explain to her, I've fired that secretary, she's usually quite well behaved. Who knew she would take Ranran's call while I was drunk at a social event? I'm truly innocent. How can a grown man not manage his phone? Just hang yourself. Liang Yi. Aunt, I know I was wrong. She blocked me, won't even accept my transfer. Should I kneel downstairs at her place to beg for forgiveness? Is it too late? Oh, then go ahead. He wasn't even taking the money. Looks like this breakup is for real. When it came to Liang Yi and Cheng Ran's fate, it all came down to money. When we were freshmen, Liang Yi came to give me a gift from my aunt abroad. He fell in love with my roommate, Cheng Ran, at first sight when we were downstairs in the dorm. Cheng Ran was cold and only cared about money. Liang Yi, like a firecracker, only had money to offer. Thanks to money, they had been entangled all this time. But now, money couldn't save him. Wait, doesn't this mean Cheng Ran actually cared about him more than the money? Because she cared, she was being so decisive. I rubbed my forehead and smiled bitterly. Liang Yi, you're really lucky. Your girlfriend and your friend both love you. I forwarded the chat history to Cheng Ran. I left the decision to her. Half an hour later, she replied, he's downstairs at my place. Wait, he's really kneeling. So embarrassing. Cheng Ran dragged him back but didn't agree to get back together. She said their personalities were too different. She needed to think carefully about the future. Liang Yi, however, was full of energy, as if he'd just been injected with adrenaline. She's thinking about our future. She must be serious about me. I'm going to win her back. I couldn't understand his train of thought. But I respected and wished him well. Oh, then good luck. Liang Yi. I need relationship advice. Ning Ning, please help me out one last time. When we get married, I'll set up a table for you. Haha. It's always Ning Ning when he wants something, and, get lost, when he doesn't. I've never gotten along with Liang Yi since we were kids. But now that he's dating Cheng Ran, I get to see him repeatedly get shut down. So, I'd be more than happy for Cheng Ran to become my sister-in-law. Of course, I'd help him. But the price would be, sure, but during this time, you have to obey me, or I'll introduce other handsome guys to Cheng Ran. Liang Yi. Vile. Liang Yi. I mean, baby, of course, no problem. He was probably gritting his teeth. Meanwhile, Huo Kibai replied. Did you guys get back together? Liang Yi. Not yet, but as long as I endure the humiliation and act like a dog, I can definitely get my baby back. He didn't say he was acting like a dog for his girlfriend. Was he really willing to be a dog for his annoying cousin? If word got out, he'd never lift his head again. Huo Kibai sucked in a breath. Just because he refused to play along with her, she was going to torture Liang Yi like this? What a vicious woman. Tossing and turning all night, he made a decision that went against everything he believed in. The next day, I got a familiar friend request on my backup account. Huo Kibai. What should I wear tonight? I quickly picked a set of grayish-blue suits from his outfit pictures. It'd look better if you leave the collar slightly open. Huo Kibai. He was reluctant, but his body was being honest. Soon, the video call connected. He was ready. Blue and purple ambient lights. A smoke machine. Huo Kibai, dressed meticulously, sat in the chair. It was practically heaven on earth. He undid 2 shirt buttons with a casual gesture. The faint veins on the back of his hand stood out under the light. I gave the command. Cover his eyes with a ribbon. Huo Kibai paused for a moment. He reminded me softly. Last time. I nodded. Got it. After all, he was going to return to China soon. Huo Kibai had only said 2 sentences the second time he added me. Don't go overboard. When I get back to China, we'll delete each other and pretend nothing happened. I was about to explain, but I was immediately controlled. Thinking about it carefully. How many brain cells would it take to act as a strategist for Liang Yi, that fool? His good friend compensating me a little was probably the right thing to do. I decisively replied. Okay. These days have been so happy. But there's still a little bit of regret. Huo Kibai's temples were covered in sweat. He tilted his head, his slightly flushed ears coming into view. I immediately lost all interest in anything else. Liang Yi. Ancestor. I have a favor to ask. That phrase had become his muscle memory. Go ahead. Liang Yi. My best friend is back in China. He's arriving at the airport tonight. Can you pick him up? He's really handsome. Duh, how could I not know? Although I was tempted. He obviously didn't want any contact with me. I directly refused. Why don't you go yourself? Liang Yi. Hee. It's because Ranran finally agreed to go out with me. Our timings conflict. Transfer. 100,000. I quickly clicked accept. Liang Yi sent me the flight details and a string of numbers before running off. Leaving it to you. When he landed, Huo Kibai saw the message Liang Yi had sent. Bro, I've got a little something to do, so let my ancestor pick you up, cool? Huo Kibai narrowed his eyes. What's going on here? Meanwhile, a strange number called. He swiped his screen. His voice was a bit hoarse. Hello? Hi, I'm Song Ning. Huo Kibai's eyes snapped open. He locked eyes with me across from the car. He thought. Bro, are you an idiot? Your girlfriend is plotting against me. I focused on driving, not glancing away. Huo Kibai sat in the back, resting his head on his hand, looking out the window. He totally treated me like the driver. The air was too quiet, only the sound of traffic outside. I thought I should say something. Racking my brains. Oh right. I looked at him through the rearview mirror. Should I take you to Liang Yi's place? He slowly turned his head, his eyes gleaming sharply in the dim light. Even his tone was slightly stiff. No, Huo Kibai gave me a new address. I thought, why didn't you say so earlier? Now we have to go around in circles again. I didn't want to be alone with him either. It's awkward. His face has been sour since he saw me. I felt the need to explain. I didn't expect Liang Yi would ask me to pick you up, Huo Kibai hummed, as if laughing coldly. He's really something. I nodded seriously. I didn't know what had triggered his sensitive nerves again. Huo Kibai spoke coldly again. We agreed on this, right? I'm like a brother to Liang Yi. Don't have any illusions about me. There's no possibility between us. He said that. But he and Liang Yi aren't actually brothers. Why does it sound like I'm the villain if I have any feelings for him? Like it's some moral violation? Seems like he really hates me. He definitely felt something when we were having fun together. I don't get it. I couldn't be bothered to make myself more miserable. I silently dropped him off at his destination. As soon as he grabbed his luggage, I left. I even sprayed him with exhaust fumes. Huo Kibai stood there for a while. He instinctively touched his chest. That was close. I almost lost it. The phone rang. It was Liang Yi calling. Bro, are you home? Just hearing that fool's casual tone was annoying. He scowled. Why did you have her pick me up? What were you thinking? You'd better be bankrupt by tomorrow. Liang Yi's heart skipped a beat. He couldn't exactly tell him he had stood her up because of his girlfriend, right? His childhood friend had always had a prejudice against Cheng Ran. Now, it was bound to make him even angrier. But once he met Cheng Ran, he'd see she was the best woman in the world. No way. Huo Kibai had acted strange when he saw Cheng Ran's photos. It was man's intuition. You can guard against everything, but not against a close betrayer. Although he trusted Huo Kibai, he couldn't be too careful. He had to admit, Huo Kibai was a little bit better looking than him. And he hadn't gotten Cheng Ran back yet. Liang Yi thought to himself, I can't let them meet. In desperation. He even thought of Song Ning. Sorry, bro. He knew this was underhanded. Song Ning was difficult to deal with, had a terrible personality, and was useless. But she was just a little worse looking than Cheng Ran. She could barely match his childhood friend. Only if Huo Kibai was in a relationship, he could rest easy. Liang Yi's brain started to turn. His smooth, buttery thoughts melted like cream. He was delighted with his brilliant, awful plan. He grinned. I really have something urgent. I'll buy you drinks and apologize another day. But, don't you get along with Song Ning? Huo Kibai gently rubbed his fingers, suppressing the irritation inside. His tone was cold. Maybe it's just a matter of incompatible energy. Liang Yi thought. That's not going to work. He hurriedly lied through his teeth. No way. My ancestor is kind and understanding. My parents praise her every day. They wish she were their own daughter. If you spent more time with her, you'd see how good she is. Huo Kibai became more annoyed. He hung up the phone immediately. Kind? Understanding? She was a hungry wolf in sheep's clothing. He could practically see the greed in her eyes. Liang Yi's mission to win Cheng Ran back had made some progress. After half a month, Cheng Ran finally agreed to sacrifice her weekend to hang out with him. He was on cloud 9. Liang Yi, I think it's time. Tonight, I'll set up a candlelit dinner and propose to her. Are you in a rush to reincarnate or something? Liang Yi, you don't understand. When the breeze brushed through her hair that day, I already thought of our children's names. This is hopeless. I took a deep breath. Have you ever played in the corner? Do you understand what gradual progress is? You need to understand her likes, her dilemmas, and calm her insecurities. Only by building up enough goodwill can you move to the next step. Liang Yi, don't worry, Cheng Ran's affection for me is definitely 100%. I'd advise you not to, or face the consequences. Liang Yi didn't take it seriously. He even turned around to educate me. You've never been in a relationship. What do you know? I'm confident enough. If I fail, I'll be a dog. Good, I'll wait for you to bark. Liang Yi, too bad you don't have the chance now. You're fired. Okay. You're burning the bridge before crossing it, huh? I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of sincerity he'll show me when cleaning up the mess. At 1 a.m. Liang Yi, woof woof woof. My lord, your most loyal servant is back. Kneeling and begging, JPG. After staying up for several nights, I finally confirmed the client's gown design. My head was spinning as I walked out of the studio. I saw Liang Yi, grinning, leaning against the car door, all sycophantic. My headache intensified. He waved at me. Ancestor. I turned around and walked away. Liang Yi blocked me. How about a male model? I came to my senses and realized I was already in the car. This wasn't my fault. My family was strict about early relationships. Note: dating before 30 is considered early. When I was in middle school, my uncle even transferred Liang Yi to my school. He'd complain whenever anything happened. That's why I'm still single now. And I've even lost interest in the opposite sex. Of course, especially not in any ugly ones. I've been repressing for 26 years. I'm not a freak. Can you blame me for doing that to Huo Kibai? Liang Yi took me to a high-end private club. It had a tranquil atmosphere and strong privacy. Pretty good. But, where's the male model? Liang Yi smiled knowingly. Almost there. As soon as he finished, the door opened. The male model? No. Huo Kibai walked in and saw Liang Yi attentively massaging my shoulders. As soon as our eyes met, I almost spit out my juice. Liang Yi introduced us enthusiastically. Song Ning, independent fashion designer, turned down top luxury family invitations, came back after further study, and founded a successful high-end custom studio. Huo Kibai, the next successor of the Huo family, stayed abroad for many years, started his own tech company in college, accomplished but humble. Put aside your prejudices, I think you'll have a lot of common ground. Oh my god. My toes curled. We have nothing in common. Besides, Liang Yi never praised anyone like this. What's his real plan? The three of us stared at each other in silence. The atmosphere was unbearably awkward. Suddenly, Liang Yi stood up. Ning, the dessert shop you like just opened. I'll go buy it for you now. Is he out of his mind? When did I say I wanted dessert? Liang Yi left, leaving me alone with Huo Kibai. We stared at each other, both speechless. He had that sour face again, not saying a word. Now he opened his mouth with an accusing tone. Do you always boss Liang Yi around like this? I froze for a second. He's happy to do it. Huo Kibai's eyes grew even colder. Don't forget what you promised me. I did promise to help Liang Yi when Cheng ran back. But now I'm fired. Helping him? I gave a hollow laugh. Sorry, I tried, but the person who tied the knot should untie it. He'll have to figure it out himself. Huo Kibai took a deep breath. He thought, is this a warning? He admitted he had been harsh that day. After going back, he was worried. Would this woman take out her frustration on Liang Yi? For several days, he kept a close watch on Liang Yi's situation. Luckily, the idiot said everything was going smoothly. He even excitedly told him he was about to propose. Huo Kibai sighed in relief. The farce has finally ended. He and Song Ning no longer have any connection. But for some reason, his mood is inexplicably irritable. The restless feeling clogged his chest, suffocating him for a long time. Until Liang Yi said he was rejected when he proposed. He was turned down without hesitation. Huo Kibai's discomfort in his body was washed over by even deeper anger and fear. This must be revenge for his lack of tact. This woman is terrifying. The airport and today's meeting were definitely her doing. She's showing off her influence over Liang Yi. At the same time, she's threatening him. If things don't go her way, she'll treat Liang Yi like a dog. For the last time. You better treat Liang Yi well. Huo Kibai seemed to have made a certain resolution. His words were gritted out. I looked up, a bit dazed. What? Huo Kibai took my phone and placed it face down on the coffee table. He leaned in and kissed my lips. Liang Yi. Do you like the male model I sent you? So this was his idea of sincerity. I accepted Liang Yi's rehire offer. I became his strategist again. Monthly salary, 5 million. Money isn't the issue. I was mostly touched by their brotherhood. I didn't expect Huo Kibai would go this far for him. Just seeing his expression of enduring humiliation. Wait. Did I just unlock some weird trait? The first thing Huo Kibai did when he got home was take a cold shower. He stayed in the bathroom for half an hour. But the heat on his face still wouldn't go down. Just then, the person he least wanted to face sent him a message. Liang Yi. How are things going with Ning Ning? Huo Kibai sank into the bathtub. He leaned back, dazed. After a while, he replied. Bye. If you let me meet her again, we're done. Liang Yi. Bro, why do you hate her so much? It's not that he hated her. But if it continued, he wouldn't be able to resist. He suddenly felt a wave of grievance. Who is this all for? For a moment. He thought. Let her have him. That idiot won't win against that woman. She'll dump him sooner or later. But his conscience wouldn't allow it. Bye. Anyway, I've said what I had to say. Do whatever you want. Liang Yi. Okay, then I'll just find her another man. Huo Kibai. He abruptly stood up from the bathtub. The sudden movement splashed water everywhere. He stared intensely at those words. His eyes trembled violently. He questioned himself. Am I really crazy enough to want to be the other man? His fingers trembled. Bye. What did you just say? Liang Yi. Hey, I think you're my good brother. I know you well. Not like those bad men out there. So I'm just helping you out. Huo Kibai's heart raced. Did she ask for this herself? Liang Yi. Yeah, after all, she's my ancestor. Gotta treat her well. Bye. Are you crazy? How can you agree to this? Liang Yi choked. Who's to say? Song Ning, however, was quite happy with Huo Kibai. Who knew her own brother hated her this much? Well, that's to be expected. But the problem is, she's threatening me to get her an even better looking male model. Otherwise, she'll tell my parents I took her to a club. So low. Liang Yi sighed inwardly for himself. He replied, please stop provoking me. I've had enough already. I still need to quickly find a new model. Huo Kibai replied immediately. Bro, we're like brothers. I can't refuse this favor. Liang Yi. The assistant said the studio had a big client. When I went out to check, it was someone I didn't expect. Huo Kibai was standing next to a gentle-looking lady. Upon closer inspection, they seemed somewhat alike. I smiled and spoke. You two must be siblings, right? The lady laughed, waving her hand. The pigeon egg-sized sapphire almost blinded me. Miss Song Ning is just as my sisters said. The gowns are stunning, and she's charming and witty. No wonder they all love coming to you. I'm here today to customize a birthday gown. After discussing the details, I took Huo's mother for a fitting. Throughout the whole process, Huo Kibai acted as a backdrop. Either sitting in the lounge looking at his phone, or watching the sample gowns with a serious expression. He didn't say a word to me from the moment he entered until we left. The assistant was so excited she almost screamed. Ning Jia, that's Mrs. Huo, the chairman's wife. I can't even imagine how many high-class orders we'll get if she wears a gown made by our studio for a birthday party. I stretched lazily. Coward, I can imagine. By the way, could this be the business Huo Kibai set up for me? Just as I thought that, Huo Kibai came back. It seemed like he could read my mind. His face was unnatural as he said, don't think too much. I just came to accompany her. I nodded. Did you forget something? His tone was stiff, and his gaze wandered for a moment. I also want to make clothes. I raised an eyebrow. We only do custom gowns for women. Well, make one for me. He was being strangely unreasonable. Was he looking for trouble? The assistant had already quietly escaped. Huo Kibai's expression was cool, but the slightly flushed ears gave him away. I think I get it now. I stepped closer to him. All right, let's start with the fitting. During this time, with my advice, Liang Yi and Cheng Ran's relationship steadily improved. He seemed to finally realize his own mistakes. Liang Yi. After spending these few days with Ran at her hometown, I've thought a lot. It turns out she wasn't emotionally distant. The day her grandmother was hospitalized, she cried so much it broke my heart. Her family is poor, and her grandmother raised her, so her biggest wish is to earn a lot of money for her grandmother's well-being. But I never knew this. I always complained that she didn't have time for me, that she was distant. Always making her prove that she loves me. Now I realize she's been so tired. I was so wrong. I was pleased. My brother finally grew up. Look on the bright side, you're not useless. At least you have money. Liang Yi. Can't you comfort me a little? Forget it, you're right. Ran needs a lot of money, and luckily, I have a lot of money. We're a perfect match. Not talking to you anymore, I've got work to do. By the way, the food grandma makes smells amazing. Too bad you can't taste it, hee hee. I took back my previous words. He's still so childish. Liang Yi has been in high spirits lately. Huo Kebai and I are technically in a relationship now. Though he's a little strange. For example, when we go to the movies, he dresses fully, covering himself completely. A hoodie, baseball cap, even sunglasses and a mask. Even a big star wouldn't go this far. He says it's because he has a cold. He doesn't want to infect me. But it also works for him to cosplay as a college guy. It's kinda fun. And like when we've done everything, he still refuses to go all the way with me. Huo Kebai curled up in the blanket. His voice muffled. Only this part is a no-go. I can't do that to Liang Yi. I was confused. He knows about us. He revealed his sad eyes. Sorry, my family is strict. I can only do this once we're married. I let out a sigh. Haha. Our families must have so much in common. Every time we go out, Huo Kebai is scared and feels guilty. I'm also a little scared of being caught early dating by my parents and uncles. We agreed. And decided to change our date to my house. He was wearing an apron in the kitchen, peeling pomegranates for me. I was lying on the sofa watching a variety show. The coffee table was full of cut fruits and snacks. After being with him, I couldn't be bothered to stretch my hands. No wonder he's Liang Yi's brother. His service skills were even better than his brother's. The doorbell rang with the sound of the password being entered. I jumped, dropping a cherry on the floor. I turned to look at the kitchen. Huo Kebai was gone. Wait, can he teleport? Oh, it's just Liang Yi. I breathed a sigh of relief. What are you doing here? Liang Yi brought 2 large bags of things. Grandma sent me to bring you some local specialties. He casually grabbed an apple and ate it. I felt a surge of jealousy. Who told you to eat that? Spit it out. Huo Kebai was being way too nice to Liang Yi. It almost made me suspect they were having an affair. I shuddered. I ordered Liang Yi to stop contacting Huo Kebai while I'm in a relationship. Liang Yi was very straightforward. Even a little too eager. My time is Ran's. Who cares about him? He looked confused, glancing around. You're eating all this by yourself? Isn't Huo Kebai here too? No, hurry up and leave. After kicking Liang Yi out, 2 minutes later, Huo Kebai finally came out of the bathroom. I was a bit speechless. Dating openly but making it seem like an affair. Why are you so scared of him? Huo Kebai lowered his eyes, his tall figure giving off a sense of grievance. I couldn't face him just yet. Okay. It's definitely Liang Yi warning him not to get too close while I'm in a relationship. This is exactly something he would do. I held him gently. Don't worry about him. I make the rules. Huo Kebai nuzzled my neck. His tone mournful. He knows your password, but I don't. I'll change it to your birthday later. He's eating the fruit I cut for you. I'm not stingy, but I made that just for you. I'll feed him some rat poison to make him puke. Wait, is this jealousy? I don't know what kind of jealousy, but it's definitely jealousy. I cautiously asked him. Didn't you always tell me to be nice to him? He paused for a moment. Then pulled me closer. Maybe it's because I really like you. Yay, my boyfriend is straight. With Huo Kebai's help, I quickly came up with a design plan that satisfied his mother. And Liang Yi also had good news. Liang Yi, for everyone to know. My wife. Agreed. To get back with me. It's obviously a group message. Liang Yi's possessiveness is outrageous. He only calls me Ran when we chat. For other men, he doesn't even want them to know their names. I'm actually pretty happy about it. At least this guy can finally get lost. Congratulations, everything's settled, goodbye. Liang Yi. Wait, you have to guide me to marry Ran Ran first. Me. How about I help you with this relationship? Liang Yi. Go away. Dream on. Oh, there was a time when he even suspected I was after Cheng Ran. This made her so fed up she directly dumped him. After a while, he probably realized he shouldn't offend me. He quickly tried to fix things. Liang Yi. You've got Huo Qi too. He's my best bro. Don't you dare abandon him. By the way, I've been so busy lately. I haven't contacted him as much. Today, he didn't send a single message. It was eerily quiet. I sent him a message. Busy today? He replied immediately. Bye. Yeah, really busy. Busy is good, right? Busy men are the most charming. Unlike someone like Liang Yi, whose brain only thinks, does Ran Ran love me? Hey. Me. Alright, stay busy. We'll talk when you're free. I saw he was still typing, but he didn't reply for a while. He was probably looking at some documents. I put my phone aside and went back to work. Meanwhile, Huo Qi was deleting and retyping. Don't you have anything to say to me? Undo. You got back with him. What about me? Undo. Is your heart made of stone? Undo. What do you think I am to you? Undo. You promised to make me a suit. Does that still count? Undo. Do you even have time for me? Undo. Since that's the case, I won't bother you. Undo. Take care of yourself. Undo. Wish you happiness. Undo. He's not better than me, is he? Undo. Are you sick of me? Undo. Come on, I'm obviously better than him. Wanna try me? Undo. Who says you can't have two boyfriends? Who does he think he is to monopolize you? Undo. You said not to listen to him. Can't I just cover my ears and look for you? Undo. I'm waiting for you. Undo. I opened my phone. He was still typing. I was startled. Was it a misclick? Bye. Yeah. Well, nothing's wrong then. On the weekend, I went back to my uncle's place. If I didn't, they'd come find me. The good part was, in this house, Liang Yi didn't dare talk down to me. He had to smile with 8 teeth showing. Otherwise, he'd face his mother's scolding and his father's teasing. I was enjoying the fruit platter Liang Yi cut for me when he suddenly sent a message. Liang Yi. Level 1 alert. Huo Qi is coming back with us. Me. Didn't you stop him? Liang Yi. I couldn't. My mom personally invited him, and once he heard you were here, he agreed. I've already warned him not to say anything inappropriate. You better not blow our cover. Liang Yi was more determined to keep my relationship a secret. Let alone that Huo Qi was the one he introduced to me. I would probably just face a series of interrogations from my parents and uncles. When I step out, there are always eyes on me. They always think I'll get deceived by some young guy. Even though I'm already 26. Liang Yi's situation is worse. He might not even be allowed out of the house. I should just run. I was about to leave when I bumped into my uncle in an apron. Today, he was cooking. Ning ning, don't run off, dinner's ready. Oh. I reluctantly sat back down. Not long after, Liang Yi and the others returned. I mustered the courage to glance up. Huo Qi was staring at me, expressionless. His eyes didn't move at all. I almost fainted. My aunt seemed to notice something. Her smile faded. She didn't even let me greet anyone. And there was no introduction either. She whispered something in my uncle's ear. The whole meal was filled with my uncle's intimidating glare. The table was silent. Suddenly, I felt someone tap my foot. Looking down, it was Huo Qi. He was casually drinking his soup. As if nothing had happened. I was about to faint again. This was happening right under their noses. I was nudged a few more times. I couldn't take it anymore. I stomped down hard. Liang Yi groaned in pain, his face turning pale. Ah. Wrong person. I used being tired as an excuse to go upstairs and rest. I took the chance to message Huo Qi. Me. Find a reason to leave, I'll explain later. He didn't reply. But thinking of Liang Yi being there, I figured nothing would go wrong. I relaxed my worried mind. There was a knock on the door. I thought it was my aunt, so I said, "Come in." Then Huo Qi entered. I was stunned, my pupils shaking. "How did you get up here?" He didn't answer. He locked the door behind him. Only then did I notice. Huo Qi's aura today was unusually dark. Although his features still looked as sharp and attractive as usual, I had no desire to admire him. I just wanted him to leave quickly. Trust me, it's for his own good. Huo Qi slowly walked toward me. A small smirk on his lips. but no warmth in his eyes. You've been avoiding me, I said quietly. It's just inconvenient since we're at Liang Yi's house. He scoffed sarcastically. So, you're scared too, fine. I didn't blame him. He would understand my feelings eventually. A message notification went off. Liang Yi. My mom feels something's off and is coming to check on you. Get him out of there. I quickly stood up and pushed him out. Anyway, I can't explain everything now. I'll find you later. 10 minutes later. Liang Yi. Okay, crisis averted. Useless. Bye. Don't worry, I won't make things difficult for you. My boyfriend is the best. Huo Kibai suddenly went on a business trip. He got really busy. The message he sent in the morning probably wouldn't get a reply until evening. Me. I want to clear up what happened last time. Bye. No need to explain. I understand. So thoughtful. Well, he comes from a family where relationships only happen after marriage. Of course, he understands me. We're a perfect match. I completely relaxed. Diving into work. Then I looked up. It had been half a month. When I got home from work, I scrolled through Liang Yi's WeChat moments. There was only one photo. A woman's pale, slender hand with a dazzling diamond ring on her middle finger. He actually proposed successfully. There wasn't even a caption. Could he have been crying so hard he couldn't type? I called him. Sure enough, I heard the sound of intermittent sobs. So pathetic. I paused for a moment. Me. Is Changran okay? Liang Yi, with a choked voice. She's right next to me. What's wrong? Oh, I thought you saved her life. There was a 3-second silence. Then Liang Yi exploded. Get lost. It was Ran Ran who proposed to me, okay? I heard Chang Ran's angry voice from the other side. Can you stop talking? Liang Yi immediately calmed down. Okay, wife. I smiled. Wish you happiness, Ran Ran. I'll make your wedding dress. Let Liang Yi pay for it. Chang Ran took the phone. Thank you, Ning Ning. She whispered. Huo Kibai is way more handsome than Liang Yi, Chang Ran. With a loud click, the call was hung up. Liang Yi really can't handle the truth. I shook my head. Staring out the window into the deep night. I kinda miss him. The figure standing downstairs looks like, wait. I rubbed my eyes. There was no one. Must have been seeing things. I turned and went into the bedroom. After the floor-to-ceiling window darkened, Huo Kibai finally dared to come out from behind the tree. He thought. It's all over now. He no longer has to worry about the unknown judgment coming. After all, she had already sentenced him to death. Whether it was getting back together or accepting the proposal, she never once asked herself. Huo Kibai said to himself. Don't be foolish. To her, you're just a passing distraction. And you still think you can have something long-lasting? Stop feeling sorry for yourself. This is the ultimate fate of a mistress. You don't need to tell her that you've been thinking about her to the point of losing your mind. You don't need to tell her that you dreamed about her choosing Liang Yi and cried pathetically. And you don't need to tell her that you came back early to ask her if she's willing to be with you. You'll remove all obstacles. Bear all the blame. Help her reach the top of her career. As for Liang Yi, even if they got back together, she'd dump him. It's better to help a brother out. At worst, the kid will call him godfather later. But none of that matters now. Huo Kibai turned and left. His heart was dead inside. Wait. It seems like there's a chance for resurrection. He sat in silence until midnight. His cousin, who had just returned from abroad, sent him a photo. Bro, so your childhood friend has a girlfriend now? I was planning to chase him, but it's too late. He glanced at it. Then froze. That's not Song Ning. Haha. So he's cheating. Unforgivable. Ha 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 ha. His tears hadn't even dried yet. But the corner of Huo Kibai's mouth lifted uncontrollably. He drove to Liang Yi's big flat near the office. Pressed the doorbell repeatedly. No one answered. So he kept pressing. Liang Yi finally opened the door with an irritated look. Who the hell is it? Why are you up in the middle of the night? Go get checked if you're sick. When he saw Huo Kibai, his eyes widened in shock. Holy shit, a ghost. At that moment, Huo Kibai looked pale, his eyes red, and his mouth twisted into a dark, sinister grin. He really did look like someone who crawled out of the dirt. Liang Yi's scream woke Chang Ran up. She came out of the room, rubbing her eyes. What's going on? Huo Kibai glanced at her, then looked at the ambiguous scratches on Liang Yi's upper body. Cheating is a done deal. He suddenly threw a punch at Liang Yi's face. then turned and walked away, smiling. God's on my side. Ha 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 ha. I was woken up by Liang Yi's phone call. I listened to his frantic complaints, still in a daze. Your boyfriend is crazy. He came to my house without a word, punched me without a word, and left without a word. Please take him to see a psychiatrist, or at least find a fortune teller. I cursed back. My boyfriend is still on a business trip. How could he come to your place and hit you? You're the crazy one. Just as I finished speaking, I heard the sound of the door unlocking. It really was Huo Kibai. We locked eyes for 2 seconds. His expression became deeply pained. Ning Ning, I have some bad news to tell you. Liang Yi, that bastard, cheated. No way, he just proposed successfully. For a moment, I couldn't organize my thoughts. Huo Kibai stepped forward and held me tightly. I know you're upset. If you want to cry, cry. It's okay, I'll always be here for you, alright. I was moved. But, I pushed him away, confused. Why would you think I'd cry? Huo Kibai was momentarily stunned, looking bewildered. He just proposed to you, right? The world went quiet. In an instant, I pieced everything together, and came to that unbelievable conclusion. So, you've always thought I was Liang Yi's girlfriend? Huo Kibai froze. Realizing something, his breath gradually grew heavier. No, right? I screamed. I'm his sister. On the other end of the phone, 2 bursts of thunderous laughter rang out. That's right, they hadn't hung up yet. Stop laughing. He looks like he's kind of dead now. Huo Kibai's eyes lost their shine. He thought he should have been more perceptive. Actually, Liang Yi had asked him from the start. Old Huo, you want a wife? I have a younger sister. She's pretty cute. Huo Kibai instinctively wanted to refuse. But his heart skipped a beat. He always trusted his instincts. Bye. Send me her business card first. Liang Yi sent it. It didn't match. Huo Kibai felt like he was going crazy, thinking that it was the same person. Turns out, that was the closest he ever came to the truth. He had added Song Ning's secondary account. And Liang Yi sent her primary account. No way out. Luckily, Liang Yi hadn't given up on trying to set them up. He was lucky, he hadn't missed his chance with Song Ning. But Liang Yi was still unforgivable. If only he could have said his girlfriend's name just once. The two of them, one phone. They talked until dawn. Finally, everything was explained. It all started with a family photo. He only saw me. He completely ignored everyone else. I cupped my face in my hands. My heart was so sweet, it could burst with honey. Turns out, we fell for each other at first sight. And then Liang Yi's laughter suddenly stopped. He angrily shouted, "You really are trying to steal my girl. Good thing you made the mistake. If you'd gotten it right, what would have happened? I'm gonna kill you, little mistress." As expected, Liang Yi's logic is unique. I thought he was just joking. But when Huo Kibai came to pick me up from work, that perfect face of his was really hurt. His cheekbones were bruised. The corner of his mouth was cut. I felt so heartbroken. I was yelling to go beat Liang Yi up again. Huo Kibai gently held me back. His lashes lowered slightly. I haven't slept well in days. Can I go home with you? I'm afraid it's all just a dream. But with you by my side, I feel at ease. Who could refuse him? I definitely wouldn't. That night, Huo Kibai walked out of the bathroom wearing the bathrobe I bought for him. His wet hair hung in front of his forehead, his irresistible chest muscles faintly showing. It was hard enough to resist when it was just on a screen. Now, he was right in front of me. I was about to pounce on him. But Liang Yi, with absolutely no sense of timing, sent me a message. Liang Yi, don't blame me for not warning you. They already know about your relationship. Your parents just got off the plane. I was so scared my hand trembled. Me. Did you spill the beans? We're in the same boat. You won't get away with it either. Liang Yi sent me a photo. What the hell? Who's this pig face? Liang Yi. Hey, I'm gonna make Huo Kibai pay. Even if it costs me my life. Liang Yi has gone dark. Did the once best friend finally become the enemy? So tragic. Wait. This isn't the time to feel sentimental. Huo Kibai flashed me a tempting smile. Ning Ning. I threw a piece of clothing at his face. Stop posing. Let's run for our lives. 5 months later, at Mrs. Huo's birthday banquet. She wore the cloud brocade cheongsam dress I designed, becoming the center of attention. When accepting compliments from others, she didn't forget to drum up business for me. This is my future daughter-in-law. This dress I'm wearing is her design. So, throughout the whole banquet, I had to keep my professional smile on. My jaw got numb. Huo Kibai also wore the ash gray suit I made for him. Where the dream started. How nostalgic. He instinctively wanted to rub my face, but was stopped by a soft cough. Uncle stepped between us. Mr. Huo, someone's here to talk business with you. You should go. Huo Kibai froze in place reflexively. Uncle still shot me an angry glare. Don't shout. Who's your uncle? Sorry. Huo Kibai quickly apologized. So over the top. I stood in front of him, about to speak up for him, when Mrs. Huo came over. She casually started chatting with my uncle. She even gave me a secret wink. My eyes lit up. I grabbed Huo Kibai and pulled him away. Let's elope tonight. He froze for a second as I yanked him. Then his lips curled into a smile, his eyes sparkling like stars. Okay.